When you know exactly what you want, life becomes simpler and more powerful. Confusion weakens you, but clarity sharpens your mind and strengthens your spirit. In the teachings of wisdom, true peace and success come when the mind is focused and the heart is certain. Clarity is not just about seeing the path, it is about walking it without hesitation. This is where true power begins. Lesson 1. Define your core desires with absolute precision. Most people drift through life unsure of what they truly want. They chase what others are chasing, follow trends, and settle for vague goals. The first step to real strength is to define your core desires with complete precision. Sit with yourself in quiet. Let your mind settle. Ask yourself, what do I deeply want from life? Avoid broad or unclear answers, like I want to be happy. Happiness is not a plan, it is the result of living in alignment with your deepest values. Instead, be exact. Do you want to start a meaningful career? Build a peaceful family life? Achieve financial stability to serve others? Travel the world to understand different cultures? Each answer must be so clear that you can picture it in your mind. Precision is direction. Without it, you will scatter your efforts in too many places, wasting time and energy. The teachings of the wise remind us that knowing yourself is the beginning of wisdom. You cannot walk a path you have not chosen. You cannot reach a destination you cannot name. When you define your core desires, make sure they are yours, not borrowed from society, friends, or family. This requires courage. You might realize that what you truly want is different from what others expect. That is fine. The clarity of your desires is the seed from which your entire life will grow. If the seed is unclear, the tree will be weak. If the seed is strong and pure, the tree will stand tall. Every day, remind yourself of your precise vision. Keep it close to your heart and let it guide every choice. When your desires are defined with absolute precision, you take the first step toward real power. Lesson 2. Understand that clarity unlocks immense personal power. Clarity is not just a mental exercise. It is a force that shapes your entire life. When your mind is clear, your decisions become faster, your actions become sharper, and your results become stronger. Think of it like a river. When water flows in every direction, it becomes shallow and weak. But when it flows in one strong direction, it can cut through rock. Your life is the same. Without clarity, you waste energy on distractions and doubts. With clarity, every step you take builds momentum. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop wasting time on what doesn't matter. In moments of uncertainty, the teachings of mindfulness encourage you to return to the present moment and ask, does this serve my true purpose? If the answer is no, let it go. Power comes from focus, and focus comes from clarity. People often believe that power is about force or control over others. But the deepest form of power is self-mastery, the ability to direct your thoughts, emotions, and actions toward what truly matters to you. When you are clear about your path, you become unshakable. External events may try to pull you away, but they cannot control you. You move forward like a mountain, river, steady, determined, unstoppable. This is why clarity is so rare and so valuable. Many people avoid it because it demands honesty. You must be willing to see where you have been wasting your life. You must be willing to admit when you have been living for someone else's dreams. But once you accept this truth, you will unlock a level of personal power you never imagined. Your words will carry weight. Your actions will inspire others. Your life will become a direct expression of your clearest vision. This is the strength that clarity brings. Lesson 3. Ruthlessly eliminate all non-essential activities. Life is short, but most people fill it with things that do not matter. They spend hours scrolling through their phones, worrying about gossip, and chasing meaningless tasks. The path to true focus requires you to cut away all non-essential activities without hesitation. This is not about becoming cold or selfish. It is about protecting your energy for what truly matters. Imagine your life as a garden. If you let weeds grow, they will take water and sunlight from the flowers. Non-essential activities are the weeds. If you do not remove them, your most important goals will wither. The wisdom of simplicity teaches us that everything you own, do, or think about takes a piece of your life. If it does not serve your higher purpose, it is stealing from you. Be ruthless. Look at your daily schedule. How much of it is truly necessary? How much of it moves you closer to your vision? Be honest. Some activities may seem small, but steal hours from your week. You must have the courage to say no to them. This includes unnecessary meetings, endless social media, and even relationships that drain your spirit. When you remove what is not essential, you will notice something powerful. You suddenly have time, energy, and mental space. That space is freedom. And in that freedom, you can work deeply on the things that truly matter. Many fear that removing distractions will make life boring. The truth is the opposite. Life becomes richer when you fill it only with what matters most. Each action becomes meaningful. Each moment becomes intentional. By eliminating the unnecessary, you create a life of focus, depth, and purpose. Lesson 4. Make hard, uncompromising choices for your goals. The path to achieving your true vision is not soft or easy. It demands choices that may feel heavy, uncomfortable, and even lonely. You cannot build a life of deep meaning by avoiding discomfort. You must choose what aligns with your goals, even if it costs you comfort, approval, or security. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One road is wide and filled with people. The other is narrow and steep. The wide road is easy, but leads you away from your vision. The narrow road is hard, but it takes you exactly where you want to go. Most choose the wide road because it feels safe. But if you are serious about your life, you must take the narrow one, no matter how difficult it seems. The teachings on right effort remind us that a life worth living is built on discipline and conscious action, not on drifting with the current. You will have to say no to things you enjoy, but that distract you. You will have to let go of opportunities that are good, but not great. This is where many people hesitate. They fear missing out. But the truth is, saying yes to everything means saying no to your highest calling. Making hard choices builds inner strength. Each time you choose in favor of your goals, you prove to yourself that you are committed. Over time, these choices shape your entire destiny. The world will always try to tempt you with easier paths, but remember, easy is rarely transformative. Choose the path that challenges you to grow. Choose the path that demands the best from you. The hard, uncompromising choices you make today will become the foundation for the life you dream of tomorrow. Lesson 5. Prioritize your must-haves above all else. Every life has a few non-negotiables, things that, without them, you cannot feel fulfilled or aligned. These are your must-haves. They might be health, meaningful work, time with loved ones, inner peace, or personal growth. Once you know them, they must take priority over everything else. The problem is that most people treat their must-haves like optional luxuries. They sacrifice sleep for work, neglect health for convenience, or trade peace for approval. The wisdom of mindful living teaches us that what you place first in life shapes everything else. If you place your must-haves at the center, you create a life of balance and meaning. If you push them aside, no achievement will feel satisfying. Imagine your must-haves as the pillars of your house. If one is weak or missing, the house cannot stand strong. You may still live in it for a while, but eventually it will collapse. That is what happens when you ignore your non-negotiables. Once you identify them, guard them fiercely. If health is a must-have, schedule exercise and rest like important meetings. If family connection is a must-have, give it your full attention without distraction. If personal growth is a must-have, invest time every day in learning and reflection. This is not selfish, it is essential. When you protect your must-haves, you give yourself the strength and stability to give more to others. Life will constantly throw demands at you, but you must be clear about what comes first. If you do not protect your must-haves, no one else will. Your clarity here becomes your shield. When tempted to say yes to something that pushes them aside, remember, if you lose your foundation, everything else falls apart. Living with your must-haves as your compass ensures that your life is built on what truly matters to you. Lesson 6. Stop chasing others' expectations of success. One of the greatest traps in life is trying to live up to someone else's definition of success. From childhood, we are fed images of what a successful life should look like: certain careers, income levels, possessions, or social status. But these images are not universal truths. They are just ideas that society repeats. If you build your life on them without questioning, you may reach the top of a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. True freedom begins when you stop chasing the approval of others and start asking, what does success mean for me? The teachings on self-awareness guide us to see that real happiness does not come from comparison, but from alignment with our own values. Your vision of success might be a quiet life in nature, not a high-pressure corporate career. It might be a small, loving family instead of endless travel. It might be creating art that touches people's hearts rather than earning fame. None of these are less valuable than what society promotes. They are simply different. The danger of chasing external expectations is that it makes you a stranger to yourself. You live for applause, not for peace. You work for validation, not for joy. Letting go of this chase is not easy. It requires courage to step away from the crowd, to risk misunderstanding, to choose a path that others may not admire. But once you do, you discover a deeper sense of satisfaction. You no longer measure your worth by comparison. You measure it by how closely your life reflects your truest desires. This is where genuine success lies, not in what others think of you, but in the quiet knowledge that you are living in harmony with yourself. Lesson 7. Focus your energy with laser-like intensity. Energy is one of the most precious resources you have. Where you direct it determines the quality of your life. Most people scatter their energy across too many goals, distractions, and half-hearted commitments. The result is exhaustion without progress. To create something extraordinary, you must focus with the intensity of a laser. A laser is powerful not because it has more light than the sun, but because its light is concentrated into a single point. Your mind works the same way. When your attention is fractured, your power is weak. But when it is concentrated on one clear goal, it becomes unstoppable. The teachings on concentration remind us that a calm, focused mind is capable of great achievement. Start by choosing the 1 or 2 goals that matter most right now. Then, structure your days so that the majority of your energy flows toward them. This means removing or delaying everything that does not directly contribute to those goals. It may feel restrictive at first, but soon you will notice your progress accelerating. Every small action will add to your momentum. You will feel less overwhelmed because you are no longer trying to do everything at once. The more you focus, the deeper your work becomes. Instead of doing many things with average effort, you do fewer things with extraordinary care. This is where excellence comes from. Life will try to pull your attention in every direction, but you have the power to choose where it goes. Protect your focus like treasure. Each day, ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can give my best energy to today? Then do it with full presence. Over time, this focused energy will create results that scattered effort never could. Lesson 8. Embrace the necessary sacrifices without regret. Every meaningful goal comes with a price. To create something valuable, you must give up something else. This truth is simple, but many avoid it because sacrifice feels uncomfortable. They want results without the trade-offs. But real life does not work that way. If you want deep focus, you must sacrifice constant entertainment. If you want health, you must sacrifice unhealthy habits. If you want mastery, you must sacrifice ease and routine comfort. The key is to embrace these sacrifices without resentment. See them not as losses, but as investments. When you let go of something that does not serve your vision, you make space for something greater. The wisdom of detachment teaches that clinging to everything weakens us. We cannot hold tightly to old ways and still grow into the new life we want. Yes, sacrifice will feel heavy at times. You may miss certain pleasures or habits, but remember, temporary discomfort is nothing compared to the regret of an unlived life. The sacrifices you make now are the stepping stones to the life you dream of. Without them, the dream remains out of reach. Choose your sacrifices with clarity. Do not give up what is essential to you, but be willing to release what is merely convenient or distracting. When you know why you are letting something go, it becomes easier to accept. Your focus sharpens, your energy grows, and your path becomes lighter. Over time, you will stop seeing these choices as sacrifices at all. You will see them as natural steps toward a better future. The day will come when you look back and feel grateful that you were brave enough to let go of what you did not need, so you could make room for what you truly wanted. Lesson 9. Set firm boundaries against anything misaligned. A clear vision can only survive if you protect it. This is why boundaries are essential. Boundaries are not walls to keep everyone out. They are gates that let in what supports you and keep out what harms you. Without them, your time, energy, and focus will be stolen by people, habits, and situations that do not align with your goals. The truth is, most distractions are not obvious enemies. They are often comfortable, familiar, and even pleasant. But if they pull you away from your path, they are still harmful. The wisdom of right intention teaches us to guard our hearts and minds against influences that weaken our clarity. This means learning to say no without guilt. If an opportunity, request, or relationship does not align with your vision, it is not worth your time, no matter how tempting it may be in the moment. Boundaries also protect you from your own impulses. Sometimes the biggest threat to your clarity is not other people, but your own habits of procrastination, overcommitment, or self-doubt. You must create limits that keep you on track, clear rules for how you spend your time, who you allow close to you, and what you give your attention to. At first, others may resist your boundaries. They may not understand why you are saying no, or why you are making changes. That is okay. Your life is not meant to please everyone. Your life is meant to honor your vision. Strong boundaries are an act of self-respect. They tell the world, this is what I will allow, and this is what I will not. They keep your focus pure and your path protected. Over time, they become the invisible shield that allows you to move forward with peace and strength. Lesson 10. Act decisively to manifest your clear vision. Clarity without action is like a map you never use. It changes nothing. Once you know exactly what you want, you must move toward it with decisive action. Doubt, hesitation, and overthinking are the enemies of progress. The moment your vision is clear, start walking the path. You do not need to see the whole journey, only the next step. When you take that step, the next one will appear. The teachings on right action remind us that wisdom is proven through deeds, not just thoughts. You can spend years planning, but your life only changes when you act. This does not mean rushing blindly. It means moving forward with purpose, even if you feel uncertain. There will never be a perfect moment. Waiting for it is another form of fear. The truth is, clarity grows stronger through action. The more you move, the more you learn, and the more your vision sharpens. Each decision you make sends a signal to yourself and the world. I am serious about this. That signal builds momentum. People and opportunities begin to align with your path because you are already walking it. Acting decisively also builds confidence. Every time you take a step, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. Over time, this trust becomes unshakable self-belief. Yes, you will make mistakes along the way. But mistakes are not failures. They are lessons that guide you closer to your goal. The only true failure is standing still when you know where you want to go. Life rewards movement. The sooner you act, the sooner your vision begins to take shape in reality. Do not let fear steal the years from you. Your clarity is your power, but only action can turn that power into the life you are meant to live.